This is Boris Schaak with Sober Soldier. Sober Soldier is a health and fitness platform for the addiction recovery community. Sober Soldier makes health and fitness and CBD products specifically designed for the recovering addict to aid along the physical recovery aspect of addiction recovery. When we talk about physical recovery, there are three components, which are nutrition, hydration, and rest. It really ought to be pre-analyzed and pre-planned to give the individual, specifically for the individual needs, a nutritional profile that helps them recover and detox from the substance abuse their body just went through. These three components are really no different between a world-class athlete or a recovering addict. Let's unpack that and break it down. Let's start with the most extreme example. Let's take a Olympic-style weightlifter at the top of his field, getting ready for the Olympic Games, aiming for that gold medal. If this athlete doesn't pre-plan and analyze his specific needs to recuperate from workout to workout, he's setting himself up for failure, and he will never reach his goal. Now, most of you are going to say, well, I'm not an athlete. What does it have to do with me? Let's take another example, which maybe makes it a little bit more easy to understand. Let's pick a high school kid. We all heard the saying that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And that is because we know to send a high school kid to school and expect them to learn all the things they teach them there, the brain needs to be set up in a favorable process through nutrition to be able to take in all that great information. If we don't, that kid's going to sit in class, much like a radio with a radio station that's not quite tuned in. You get some music, but mostly it's really just distortion. And that kid's not going to learn. So it makes quite easy to understand how nutrition is really a powerful tool to aid along physical recovery. Quite frankly, without pre-planning and analyzing an individual's nutritional recovery process program, we're setting that individual up for failure. And here we get to the example of the recovering addict. This addict finally is ready to go to a 30-day detox or 60 or 90-day program, depending on what kind of insurance they have. And yes, the addiction recovery modalities in the field have incorporated nutrition to a certain extent. If you're lucky to go to a high-end rehab and they cook expensive meals for you, that's great. But did that individual get the chance to learn how to food shop, how to read food labels, how to food prep in a sustainable way so he can actually sustain that nutritional food program that was done for him in rehab? And the reality is, in most cases, that's not taught. So after a 30, 60, or 90-day program, most of us end up going to a 12-step program where breakfast is an energy drink with a cigarette, and then who hasn't gone to a meeting and downed one or two donuts as our main course? And not only is this really bad nutrition, but the fact is also that energy drinks, cigarettes, and donuts are really counterproductive to the physical recuperation process and detoxification process. With those three examples, it becomes quite clear that an individual, no matter if he's a world-class athlete, a high school kid, or an addict trying to recuperate from the damage of substance abuse, physically, we need to look at a physical recovery program of the three components of nutrition, hydration, and rest. If we don't pre-plan and pre-analyze these three components specifically for that individual, we're most likely setting that individual up to fail. In this example, the addict is going to run into a trigger, people, places, and things. So it becomes quite clear, unless we pre-plan and analyze those three components of nutrition, hydration, and rest, and leave it to chance, we're setting the individual up for failure. Which is why at Sober Soldier, we believe that the relapse is so prevalent in addiction recovery because the basis of physical recovery most often is not addressed. And that's where Sober Soldier comes in and aims to educate and provide information on our platform to really speak to the aspect of physical recovery. And then also we make nutritional health and fitness supplements that go along with that process. For more information, visit our website at sobersoldier.com. That's sobersoldier.com. And we would love to hear your comments and thoughts about the subject we just talked about. Come visit us at our social media platforms at Instagram and Facebook at Sober Soldier LLC. Or if you have questions and want to email us, please do so at info@sobersoldier.com. That's info@sobersoldier.com. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you for your time. I wish you all another day clean and sober. Sober Soldier out.